Wayne says, De'Aaron Fox slowly transforming, being a Westbrook turnover machine. 4 turnovers for De'Aaron Fox tonight. You know, it's not something you want to see as a Kings fan, especially with that late game turnover. But, hey, he's playing through injuries. He's getting better every game. You know, give him time. It's another victory. Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, we don't know exactly how hurt or how banged up De'Aaron Fox is. The first quarter today, I was really, really excited. I thought De'Aaron Fox was finally going to correct the issues that he was having on the offensive side of the ball. He looked more patient. I loved the fact that he was settling for that mid-range jump shot more often. He was able to knock it down early on in the first quarter. And as the game wore on, it just became more of a take it to the basket type.
Yep.
You know, there were a couple instances in the fourth quarter there where he gets credited with a turnover and it could have easily been a foul. So the turnovers, yes, is still high, and that's been an area of focus to watch for him all year long. But you have to kind of, there's a little bit of give and go with that. A couple of those turnovers in the fourth quarter I thought should have been fouls called. And he got to the line and hit 4 free throws out of 4 attempts tonight. You want to see him there more often. You want to see him hitting free throws more consistently. The one thing I'm going to say, though, is there's still too much of the pull-up for 3 without any offense initiated. And it's not just him. I see it from other guys, too. But he's the one guy that I think cannot take that shot ever. Buddy Hield does. I settle for it a couple of times. Even if Davion Mitchell does, even though he's not shot that well so far this year, I will settle for that because I know how good of a three-point shooter he's been in the past. De'Aaron, that ball has got to move. You can't just jack up a 3 without a single pass offensively that many times in a row.
Yeah, and just touching on the subject of De'Aaron Fox and turning over the ball and getting to the basket and getting to the free throw line, you know, there's been some rule changes this year in the NBA, and it's making it harder for guys to draw fouls driving to the basket. I blame James Harden for this. You know, as we know, James just runs to the basket and throws his hands up in the air and wants a foul every single time. And the NBA has made a huge leap forward this year in terms of referees not giving him those fouls. You look here at the top players this year in free throws per game, they're all big men. You got Rudy Gobert, number 1. Giannis is number 2. Embiid, Anthony Davis. You don't see any guards really until later on in this list. So that really goes to show that the NBA has told these officials, don't bail these guys out. They're going to the basket, make them make a layup, make them do something. And I think it's taking a while for some of these guys to adjust to. You look at a guy like De'Aaron Fox, who everyone's told him, hey, you're the fastest guy in the league. You got voted fastest guy with the ball. You need to be going to the basket, getting to the basket over and over and over again. So you know that's something that he's worked on in this offseason. And now he's just adjusting to these new referees, this new referee style. It's like playing a game and then all of a sudden the rules are changed on you. So I anticipate him to get some more foul calls as the season goes on. Just don't give up driving to the basket.
Yeah, there's one thing that can always be said about officiating. You know, every year the officials come into a season with a new list of areas of the floor or specific rules that are of a higher importance level. You know, the referees have their meetings in the off season. They discuss rule changes. They also discuss key areas of emphasis to watch for.
Yep.
I feel like moving screens is always one that gets pushed up very high on the list. We've seen a lot of moving screens called early this year.
We saw a non-moving screen called in this game.
Yep. But there's another side to that, is that as the season goes on, you know, it kind of evens out a little bit. And in the beginning of the year, refs it's really in their mind that these are the things they have to be looking for. And as the year goes on, they get more adjusted to gameplay. Things start to level off a little bit. So, you know, I think that some of that stuff will kind of fall by the wayside. You'll see guys get more foul calls as they drive to the basket as we get more into, you know, a more comfortable middle of the season type style of play and officiating all around. But to go back to De'Aaron Fox, I really, really think that he's got to use his speed to an advantage in another way more. You know, yes, he knows he can get to the basket at will, but having that come off the screen, the foul line extended, you know, a 12 to 17 foot jump shot is going to be left open to him a lot.
Yep.
And I think if he could put that shot up more, he hits a couple of those, it's going to make guys step up on him. It's going to make them play him off the pick and roll differently, which is going to give you the opportunity to get to the basket on different occasions. And it also builds confidence as a shooter. You know, then you step out and you take that first three, you're feeling a lot better. You're more in rhythm, which might help improve his 3-point percentage as well.
You know, only 4 free throws tonight for De'Aaron Fox, but he made every single one of them. So that's the most important thing, is capitalizing on those opportunities when you do get them.